On 8th of May 1931, the Anstalt informed the Austrian government and the National Bank that its balance sheet of 1930 showed a loss of 85% of its equity. The shocking announcement was followed by a secret top-level meeting to avoid public panic. On the 11th of May 1931, the problems of the bank and reconstruction plan were published. Foreign reactions were favorable to the reconstruction plan, but the public was not convinced. Not only the Anstalt, but also other Vienna's banks experienced a run on their reserves. These large-scale withdrawals would have rendered the bank illiquid, but the National Bank stepped in. As it turned out, the true losses would be much bigger than the reported ones. The withdrawal didn't stop. The Austrian government had no funds at its disposal to finance the rescue plan, so it approached first the Bank of England, but was rejected, and then the Bank of International Settlement in Basel to arrange bridge financing. Austrian and foreigners started to convert their shilling holding into foreign exchange, which led to large-scale reductions in the reserve holdings of the Austrian National Bank. It was expected that the Austrian authorities would not be able to stick to the gold standard. When the loan from Basel finally arrived, it wasn't only too small, but also too late. In less than a week, the money was withdrawn by the public. In order to avoid foreign repercussion, the Bank of England decided to give an emergency short-term credit to the Austrian National Bank. The 130 foreign creditors' bank only agreed to a standstill agreement that provided for the prolongation of the foreign credits for 2 years if the government guaranteed all foreign liabilities of the bank for those 2 years. The belief of the Austrian authorities that this generous guarantee would induce foreigners to place additional funds at the disposal of the Anstalt proved to be wrong. The Austrian state, with a budget of around as 1.8 billion, guaranteed as 1.2 billion of bank liabilities, but the withdrawal continued. Austria's foreign reserves declined from 850 million shilling in May to 300 million shilling by the end of the year. The run on Austrian banks triggered runs on Hungarian, Czech, Romanian, Polish, and German banks. On the 19th of June 1931, President Hoover declared that there should be a 1-year moratorium on the payment of war debt and reparations. The Danat Bank failed in Germany on July 13th, leading to a bank holiday on July 14th and 15th in Germany and the closure of the Berlin Stock Exchange until a brief reopening in September. The Reich Bank guaranteed the deposit of all the banks except for the Danat Bank, and the banks reopened later in July.